Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with a quick video to talk about the answer to the question, how do you figure out what makes something excellent? How does a gymnast know how to make her tumbling routine excellent? How does a skateboarder know how to wow the judges and what's going to constitute the best score? And in a very controversial question that I have posed to you on the sheet that is hopefully in front of you, what makes an excellent chocolate chip cookie? The way we figure it out, ladies and gentlemen, rubrics. Rubrics are such a helpful tool that really lay out the guidelines for what specifically makes something excellent. And throughout this year, we're going to be using rubrics for three things. What makes an excellent narrative? What makes an excellent informational article? And what makes an excellent persuasive piece? But the burning question right now, ladies and gentlemen, is what makes an excellent chocolate chip cookie? So let us take a look at the rubric that I have put together. Guys, this rubric is the result of a lot of intense research, years of testing the product. Guys, this is the chocolate chip rubric that I put together. Let's take a look at it and how it works, okay? A rubric says, what are the criteria? What are the categories that are important about something? Guys, what is important about a chocolate chip cookie? I have had extensive conversations with students over the years. People get really heated about this particular topic. I've discussed it with my children. And so these are the criteria that I have come up with for my particular chocolate chip cookie rubric. Those aspects are size, chocolate density, that is to say how much chocolate is there in ratio to the cookie part. And finally, texture. Texture is usually the one that people fight about the most. But this is how I have laid it out after having eaten so many cookies over the years. The highest score that we can get on this rubric is a 4. 4 is what constitutes excellent. Guys, let's talk about it. What makes an excellent chocolate chip cookie? This is what I'm going to say. Size. 5 inches or larger, right? Let's get crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 5 inches or larger. That's what's going to make a 4 cookie for me. Chocolate density. I want to see more than 10 chips per cookie. I think that's a given. And for texture, this is what we've come up with. Very lightly crunchy on the outside, very soft on the inside. This is what constitutes an excellent cookie, a 4 cookie. And I thank this rubric for laying it out for us. 4 is excellent, right? The scoring you'll see goes down to a 3, and then a 2, a 1, and then non-scorable. Guys, as you look at the rubric that is in front of you, which is the score that shows you that this cookie needs the most improvement? It's a 1. Okay. Because, for example, in my rubric for a chocolate chip cookie, 1, it's smaller than 1 inch. It's got maybe 2 to 3 chips. It's very difficult to bite through. Okay. You have this rubric in front of you. And I have 2 cookies, which I baked very recently. What is the first criterion on our rubric? What's the first category we're going to judge these cookies on? Size. Thank goodness we have a ruler. Cookie number 1. Here we go. Guys, what's that coming in at? 4 inches. Let's go to the rubric. How is this cookie faring? Assessing it on this chocolate chip cookie rubric, 4 inches is going to place it at what score? What's it gonna get? A 3. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna look at the next category. The next criterion is chocolate density. I've pre-done the work here for us, guys. Do you know how many chocolate chips are in this one chocolate chip cookie? It has been so painful for me not to eat it until after this video. 16. 16 chips, my friends. With 16 chips, let's go back to the rubric and assess it. What's its score in this particular category? That's a 4. It's a 4 cookie right there. Now, texture, I feel like it's mean. I feel like it's mean to actually eat it in the video and not share, right? But I will tell you, I did test some of the other cookies that came with this. Guys, it's a 4. It's like just a little crunchy, and then you get into the gooey on the inside. 4, 4, 4. This was a truly excellent cookie. Because again, I have been working at this for years. That's why I can tell you that cookie number 2 is probably not going to be scoring as well. Here we go. Are you ready? Cookie number 2. First criterion is size. It is clocking in at, all right, like we want to say like 2.5 inches. Let's look at the rubric. What's its score? It's a solid 2, okay? So in terms of size, all right, cookie. And here's what's so nice about a rubric and why I love rubrics and why you and I will be using rubrics. Because they tell you specifically how you can improve. So little cookie number 2, you're at a 2 right now. You're 2.5 inches. How can you get to be a 4? Next time, right, we're going to strive for 5 inches. Concrete steps for improvement. Thank you, rubric. Category number 2, chocolate density. You know, it was hard. It was hard to even do the work with this one. I'm going to say there are 2 chips, maybe 3 if it's hiding in there. Let's consult the rubric. Okay? For that particular criterion, what does this cookie get? It's a 1. You're a 1. So there's some room for improvement. Again, we use the rubric as a guide. Cookie number 2, this is how you can get better. Right now you have maybe 3 chips, maybe. If you could build up to 6, you'd be a 2 in this particular category. To be a 4, and I know that you can get there. Cookie number 2, we're looking for you to have, what would make it a 4 in this category? More than 10 chips. More than 10 chips, cookie friend. Finally, texture. Guys, what would your guess? How would you score texture for cookie number 2? Yeah, I think it's a 1. I think it's a 1. I think it is very difficult to bite through. It was in the oven for like 32 minutes maybe. But again, this is the purpose of the rubric. We say cookie number 2, we want you to be very lightly crunchy on the outside, very soft on the inside. And to get you there, I think next time we're going to cook you for about 9.5 minutes. Thank you, rubric. Thank you, rubric, for guiding us to excellence. Guys, that was the chocolate chip cookie rubric. You can come up with rubrics for oatmeal raisin, for almond butter cookies, peanut butter if you're not allergic. Rubrics are awesome. Rubrics are so helpful, and I really look forward to using them with you this year.